Location, location, location. Is this the most important factor to look at if you are a buyer looking to maximize your profit today? Hello everyone, I'm Vivian and welcome back to my channel. Many people I've met will always feel that having a property in a good location is always more attractive and is the most important driving factor in terms of determining the value of the property. It is also common for sellers to use this factor to mark up their prices. So in today's video, I'm going to use two examples to explain why location may not be the most important factor, and most importantly, if you are a buyer today, how you can use this piece of information to ensure that your purchase will be a safer one. I'll be using two projects which are located in Punggol to explain further. This is Treasure Trove, which is an 882 units condominium. Located just opposite is Watertown, an integrated waterfront development situated next to Punggol MRT and bus interchange. In fact, right downstairs is Waterway Point, a huge shopping mall which has basically everything you need. So with so much convenience, it is only natural that all owners will be making a huge profit, right? Now let's take a look at the price trends. In general, prices have remained quite stable for both condominiums. However, if we zoom into the big units, we can see that in Treasure Trove, the big units has seen an increase of around 1,200 PSF to close to around 1,004 PSF. To put things into perspective, a 1044 square feet unit would cost about 1.2 million back then in January 2021. Today, a similar unit was sold for over 1.4 million. From 1.2 million to 1.4 million in just 1 year. This means that owners who chose to sell now will profit $200,000 more. With that being said, isn't it logical to say that if Treasure Trove being in a lousier location can earn $200,000 more, owners of Watertown being in a similar location with better amenities should rightfully profit the same or even more, right? However, if we look into the price chart for the big units in Watertown, the big units did not change much in terms of prices. A 1,109 square feet unit would cost 1.6 million back in 2019 and will cost around the same now. To add on, both units from Treasure Trove and Watertown do not differ much in terms of layout. So why is this happening? The main reason is because of the buyer's behavior in this area. Punggol is a HDB estate where the main pool of demand will come from HDB upgraders. Most buyers will need to sell off their current BTO and rely on the sales proceeds to upgrade to a condominium. While the average BTO in Punggol is around $400,000, and upon MOP, the average selling price for a BTO there is about $700,000. This will mean that the average HDB upgrader here would now have around $400,000 funds inclusive of CPF and cash for their next property. Should they upgrade to a Treasure Trove, which cost 1.2 million back then or even 1.4 million now, they would definitely have more than enough down payment to upgrade. However, for the same HDB upgrader to upgrade to a $1.6 million Watertown, the total upfront payment would be about $450,000, which is a $50,000 top-up from their sales proceeds. This may still be affordable for some who can still rely on their savings. Now, the real issue is, should the Watertown owner want to make the same profit of $200,000 just like Treasure Trove, this will mean that the property will need to cost at least $1.8 million. The down payment required has now increased to over $500,000, which is $100,000 more than the $400,000 available funds which an average upgrader can have. While everybody's case is different, most of the people will not be able to afford such a high property price at that moment. When there is a lag in demand, it will generally affect the price growth of a property, which is what we can see from this example in Watertown. Now, are all the small units going to behave like the big units in the same way because they are all in the same location? Take a look at the price chart for the small units in Treasure Trove. Prices of the small units did not have any increment at all. A small unit here cost $918,000 back in 2021 and is still around the same price today. However, the small units in Watertown increased by almost $200,000. So the key question over here is, why did the prices behave in a completely opposite manner? Early on, the bigger units actually behaved better in Treasure Trove, while prices of the small units remained stagnant. This time round, the small units actually performed better in Watertown, while the big units did not increase in price. So why is it that both units are similar in location but yet behaving so differently? The main reason here is due to the demand. Small units tend to be investors who are looking to fetch the best rental yield and ROI. Back then in 2019, Watertown only cost $780,000 and Treasure Trove would cost about $920,000. However, the average rental for both units are actually quite similar. Investors being number savvy would naturally choose Watertown over Treasure Trove due to lesser cash outlay and a higher rental yield. This is the reason why demand eventually increased, resulting in prices of Watertown to now increase to around $900,000. Now today, if you are a buyer who's comparing between these two units, which will you buy now given that Watertown has already increased in price? Leave a comment in the section below and let me know your thoughts. To end off, we can see that in today's property market, location is not the main factor when it comes to maximizing your profit. In actual fact, buyers behave very differently when it comes to different projects or even down to the different unit type. The most important for you as a buyer is to do your research to understand what buyers are looking for in that particular area or unit that you are buying into. With higher demand, this will actually help you to push up the prices to maximize your profit. Alright, that's all for today. Do remember to like and subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss out on any future episode, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye!